Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Southern Virginia University broadcast of our League of Legends match today. My name's Cameron Talker Castle, joined by Kevin Zuko Lamb. Kevin, how you doing?
What's up, Cam?
What's up?
We have a new team here, League of Legends team. We've been seeing the boys, Honey T-Bone, Swammer, 5677, the old favorites, Pleasant Plant, Willy Wonka. But today, we have a new lineup for you. This is one of our other teams. We got C-Doe in the top lane, P. Diddy 12 in the jungle, Locker 74 in mid lane. I'm Mappy as AD carry, and Soul Smith rounding out the team as support. So this is going to be an entirely new lineup, entirely new game, and I'm excited to see these players.
Listen, I know you just gave all those names there, and as much as I would love to memorize that right off the bat, these guys are pretty new, like you said. So I'm going to have to go with the summoners that they're playing here. Looks like we got C-Doe playing Wukong, and then we got P. Diddy on the Hecarim, Locker on the Rumble, I'm Mappy on Misfortune, and Soul Smith on the Alistar. What do you think about this lineup that they're playing against?
Yeah, so the team comps here look pretty standard. We have interesting mid lane matchup, Rumble versus Echo. You don't see that every day. Top lane Volley Bear, haven't seen it a ton either. It was pretty prevalent when he first got reworked. That E can be quite annoying in lane, but we'll have to see. This is the first time we've seen this SVU lineup, so we'll have to see how they perform under the pressure of the stream. You know, they are being broadcast, to anyone that watches. So they have to really get their nerves in check and come out swinging in this game one. This is a best of three.
Yeah, absolutely. This is a best of three, and these guys are up against some really good competition here. Some very equal competition at least. And so, Kevin, you're the coach here for this League of Legends team, as well as the varsity team, as well as another team that you've got playing at the same time. How do you balance doing champ select with these guys, picking bands, and all that stuff?
Well, it's not easy. You have to have a galaxy-sized brain, and I really try to bring that to the table, getting these guys the best matchups I can. I work with them day in and day out, and this team is very much about the big-time ultis. You see the Wukong, the Misfortune, the Rumble, the Hecarim. They like their big ultis. They like the dragon fight, and I hope that they'll be able to do that on the big stage.
Listen, anybody who's in the esports room or in the broadcasting booth with us, they know how much our coach Kevin here puts in for work and getting these guys set together with a good pick and ban strategy. So if anybody's got the best team here, it's Southern Virginia. So what's the school that we're playing against, Kevin? What's that again?
It's Keiser U. Yeah, Keiser U.
Keiser University.
So
Pretty cool name, huh? That's pretty
pretty
cool.
cool, pretty
Yeah.
cool. They seem like good opponents here. This is a good matchup. They have their mid laner seems to be their best player. So we'll have to see if Locker 74 can play around that. He is a shining star on this lineup for SVU. Locker 74 usually the one to get ahead, to have big time plays. But don't sleep on C-Doe, don't sleep on P. Diddy, and even on Mappy has some big performances on the Misfortune. So we'll have to see who's going to step up here for SVU against this squad from Keiser U, and if they need to make adjustments going into game two, we'll make them. We're getting started here. We're on the map. Your SVU Knights are going to be on the red side here, and we'll see how they navigate these early jungle stages. The Hecarim versus Set is an interesting matchup. The Set electing to go Predator. That is a very interesting spell choice because it really helps with his ganks, and you got to think he's going to look to camp mid or top, because that is really where he's going to find the most success with the Predator. Bot lane, Soulsmith will be able to knock him out, and until Ashe has her ult, doesn't have the best follow-up, so he's probably going to be looking to abuse these solo lanes in the early game.
Yeah, got these guys lined up. So we got Southern Virginia and Keiser University lined up in a pretty standard. I mean, we see this every single time. It doesn't look like anybody's interested in invading at all from either side. It's just too risky of a play, and for what reward, really? Just because you're able to farm up so much nowadays that getting those early kills, that quick first blood, it's kind of not worth it because it can backfire so heavily. So we see from both teams here that they're just lining up very standard. Misfortune and Echo were kind of poking at each other there for a second, but other than that, we've got a Keiser University ward, a blue ward up in the north side jungle, or up in the north side river, And here we go. Minions are in the lane. Let's see what happens.
Yeah, we see that pixel ward. Teams are still doing that from last year, and I say this every time, but I still don't think that that's the optimal way to use your trinket. It just doesn't really give much value these days. But he's going to go back and get the scanner on the set, so he's just wasting his ward anyway. So he has the scanner. P. Diddy opting into keeping his trinket. We'll see if that gets any value in the long run. And I'm looking for probably just a standard clear path, full clear out of the Heck Room. Set can do a few things with his early clear. Looks like he is going for chicken second, so he might do a 4 camp into a gank or maybe a 3 camp. And here's a trade early, level 2 on Big Zeus, going in on Locker 74. That is a good trade for the Echo. Rumble just trying to get to level 2 so he can trade back.
Keiser University looks like they're heavily pushing on these solo lanes here. They're getting a lot of good trades in. They're prioritizing trades over farm, and it's very obvious that Southern Virginia is kind of struggling with having to deal with that. Even with this bot lane too, with the Ash E is coming out, and or the Ash W, sorry, is coming out and is able to get some good poke here. And Southern Virginia is really struggling to find a response. I mean, this is early on, but you know.
Yeah, that was a good push from Echo. He has a really strong push, levels 1, level 2. He got that ward at the chicken camp, and we're seeing him invade Hecarim here, really just trying to harass the P. Diddy and see if he can do anything on his own. But it doesn't look like he'll get anything done. Hecarim swinging up to his red buff, and Echo swinging back to mid lane.
Yeah, but here we go. We have the junglers just clearing their camps. Like I said, there is some trades here. Mappy's getting poked out here by the Ash. Ash is just letting him know, hey, I'm here. I'm in this lane too. Alistar seems to push up just a little bit here, and let's see if he can make a good combo here on this Ash. We'll just see.
They got a huge wave shoving in down here, and they really need to farm this up before they go for any kind of engage. Soulsmith needs to be patient, needs to stay back. Let Mappy farm this up under tower. They really don't want to be going for any trades in this type of situation. Just get the CS, it's not a big deal, and wait for their jungler or a third party to come down.
Absolutely. Northside Scuttle goes over to Keiser University. Set was able to secure that. Echo kind of roamed up top for it, but was able to get that easy scuttle here. We'll see if Hecarim can swing down and grab the south side scuttle. Looks like both junglers are rotating down here for this. This might be able to be something. Maybe the mids can rotate down here or not. So we'll see what happens here. Looks like Hecarim's coming in.
Rumble has Prio here, so he should be able to defend off Echo, but bot lane for Keiser has Prio as well, so if they swing up, this might be a double scuttle here on the Hecarim, and that's the risk that you play going for the full clear as Hecarim. Bot to top is that getting that Krug camp is risky. Trade going on top side, Cedo trying to go on KU Hazel, but also a fight going on bot side for the scuttle. Soulsmith swings up, does get the combo off. Can they get this kill onto the Daily Idiot? I'm not sure. And there's First Blood going over to Locker 74. That is huge for him. Hazel does get the solo kill on top side, and they trade one back on Soulsmith, but that is a huge kill. First Blood going over to Locker 74. We'll see what he can do with that gold.
Soulsmith was able to rotate down from the turret. Keiser University had no idea where he was. It looked like he had just gone back. Maybe he was low or something like that. We didn't really get to see what happened, but he rotated down from his turret, came into the river, turned that into a 3v2 situation, and Southern Virginia took advantage of it.
Yeah, that was a fantastic job by Soulsmith there. He really had no business being able to rotate and help there, and that's what Keiser University was counting on. But he found a way, and he got up there, and he really influenced that, turned it into a 2v3, and got Hecarim that scuttle. So while it was a 1-for-1 trade, overall that was good for SVU. On the top side, though, that trade was not good for Cedo. He does end up losing that fight to the Volley Bear. He's down a significant amount of CS, and he just needs to, park the bus up there, farm up. Wukong's significantly weak early. He just needs to get his mythic and get online.
Absolutely. So we've got Locker going back, going for his first buy. Hopefully he's able to put that first blood gold to some good use. We've got drag up. SVU's done quite a bit of warding for this drag, but doesn't seem to prioritize it at all. Bot lane's back for Keiser University. SVU doesn't really want to prioritize anything going on for drag right now. Maybe that's just something for another time. We got a pretty typical clear here by the Hecarim. And then, like you said, Cedo was getting bullied out by that Volley Bear earlier. So we'll see if he can turn something around here. Maybe just farm up a little bit, get an item or two. So.
Yeah, Hecarim is ahead of this set quite significantly in the farm game. That's what the full clear does on the good side. Since he got that scuttle, he wasn't really punished. We'll have to see if he resets, go to his south side, fight for this scuttle and this blue buff. Set being behind an entire level here, level 4 on the set while you're level 5 on the Hecarim. Should do work if they do have a scuttle fight here. Locker 74 it is level 6 to level 5 of Big Zeus, so this should be a good situation for SVU. If P. Diddy, he's taking a long time shopping here. He really needs to get back on the map. He's just sitting in the base, and this is where you have to just can't be waiting for items. You know, a lot of times people think waiting for an extra item, a couple extra gold, you know, or maybe not knowing what to buy. They got to be quick out of the gate because he should already be on that blue buff and into the next scuttle.
Absolutely. And Cito's getting pushed out really heavily. This Volibear is so far ahead up here in this top lane right now that Wukong just isn't really sure what to do. He's playing very passively, just tries to get one farm, but look at the punishment here. Look at the punishment from trying to get one farm.
Yeah, he goes up, and he really has no business going for that farm. He's going to need to burn his TP here, and that is not a good situation if you're SVU, because the Volibear should be able to join with his TP and get things rolling that way. They do pick up this scuttle on the side of SVU. Cito struggling in that matchup. He's really got to wait till he gets his items, let that wave push to him, but he does not opt to use the TP. It looks like he is trying to roam possibly, but he just needs to get back up there, get his level 6. There it is. He does TP top. So this will be TP advantage for Keiser U. We'll see if they use that to set up this dragon.
Yeah, this will be interesting. I don't think. Oh, so I'm happy has just gone back. I was going to say I didn't think he had. So it's good that he has, and then SVU is going to be able to contest for whatever drag fight comes up here. We saw Keiser University rotating into the Southside jungle just to be aware of it, just to be aware that the drag is a potential objective here in the near future. So the way this bot lane has been kind of lining up here is each team is building up a pretty sizable wave, letting it push in. So that's what Keiser University is doing right now. Alistar's just getting poked out here over and over and over again. But look at the size of this wave that's going to be pushing in here. It's a little bit bigger than you know what SVU is ready to handle.
Yeah, and we're seeing the Wukong back off in the top lane. That's good on him. He did shove it into tower, so it should be bouncing back to him. And all he really needs to do is just not die when the wave is pushing towards him. Same with the bot lane here. They just need to let it shove. It's okay to let it shove. There's nothing to fight for. If Keiser goes for the dragon, you got to just give this one up. Flash in by Soulsmith, but unable to hit the Q. He's going to have to bounce up. He's going to have to back off from that one. Failed flash there by him, but a good attempt. I like to see the aggression.
Yeah, but was that a failed flash, man? Because he definitely soaked that Ashel right to the face, didn't he? So, I mean, a flash for an ult there, that's pretty good, especially having an Ashel down like that. So we'll see if MF can take advantage of that and really turn that fight down there in the bot lane.
Yeah, and we have the dragon going over to the set, so that'll be dragon up on them. No big deal on that. We'll have to see if Hecarim wants to trade for this Herald or maybe a gank topside. But this Volibear is quite scary. I'm not sure if they're going to be able to even 2v1 him at this point. He has a significant CS lead. He has 2 kills, and he has his ninja tabbies with the phage. So here goes Cito going in on him, but even under tower he's taking very minimal damage, and here comes the TP out. They're gonna have to back off of this one. No, they're committing to it and then backing off after using the ult. That is miscommunication there. He needs to back off. They need to get under their tower. Here comes Volibear. He does turn off that tower with his ult if he can cast it, and he does at the last second. He casts it, and they're trading aggro nicely. Hecarim needs to go in. He can't quite get the kill, and no rotate up from Locker 74. So that's 2 kills going over to the side of Keiser U with no response from SVU.
So unfortunate there. First, I mean, it started with the Hecarim missing his ult there completely. It looked like SVU wanted to disengage, but Hecarim got a little overzealous there, had to burn his flash just to get back under tower, and then, I mean, Volibear played that perfectly. He played that about as perfectly as he possibly could. I thought he had already ulted, honestly. I really did. And then the fact that he had his ult up the entire time, was able to turn that tower off for, what was it, 3 seconds? I mean, it was phenomenal play by the Volibear. Keiser University definitely did everything right there, whereas SVU, they were just victims to that whole fight.
Yeah, and you got to think P. Diddy wasted his ult going in, and really, you know, once they see the TP, you got to stop the initiate, and Locker 74 really needs to start heading up there during those situations. He definitely could have gotten there. He would have cleaned up at least one of the kills. And a lot of times these mid laners think that they have to shove out the wave before rotating, but he really just needs to be quicker with his rotate to help out his teammates, because that top lane is not going well, and you do not want a strong Volibear that's now leaking into a strong Echo in the mid game.
Absolutely, and like you were saying, it seemed like the Hecarim was just farming this entire time, and he was out farming the set, and that's good and all and great, but the second he goes for a gank, he kind of blows his ult there, so we'll see if he can continue to farm, maybe get some good ganks here. I mean, nothing's happened in the bot lane for either jungler here, but there's been plenty of potential. But basically, Hecarim needs to start doing something here rather than just farming. You know what I mean? This isn't Farming Simulator 2019 here. This is League of Legends. So.
Yeah, and he has his ult coming back up. He needs to couple it with either the Rumble ult or maybe get Alistar involved. Alistar, we saw the Alistar flash in before. If Alistar does that with the Hecarim on his back, that's a way higher success chance of getting something done. So Hecarim needs to find his teammates, who's going to help him out. And it looks like there's a fight going on for this topside Rift Herald. Set is on the Rift Herald. A lot of SVU members floating on by. I'm not sure if that's a fight they want. And now we have Alistar possibly heading up. No, Rumble going up to, he gets his ult down. P. Diddy backing off. The Echo ult is still there, so he does back up. But Rumble's kiting back. Here comes Set, and there goes the Hecarim. He's flying in. Can they burst down the Set? No, he has the humongous shield. He gets the ult, but that is the kill. P. Diddy does get the kill. SVU backing up. They're kiting nicely. They do end up winning that fight, getting a kill for themselves. They do lose the Rift Herald, but that's a kill secured.
Yeah, Hecarim with a great ult in, and then immediately E'd the Echo out there, or E'd the Set out there, and was able to isolate one of the Keiser University members there. So, phenomenal play by SVU in engaging, removing one of the members, and then capitalizing on that by getting a kill and getting out. So, good job by SVU there.
Yeah, and that's where you'll see this Predator for the Set, I don't think is really paying off because he hasn't really gotten many ganks off with it, and you'll see that if he had the Conqueror there, he would have been way tankier and probably survives that, and they might have been able to get a kill on their side, but he does go down. He is squishier with this type of a build, and that's a kill going over the Hecarim. That'll keep him on pace. He does have his Divine Sunderer, and this second Dragon with Scuttle is going to be possibly our next fighting point. We're only seeing a 600 gold lead in the side of Keiser U. So while it does look like they're ahead 5-2, that's only a couple hundred gold, which they should be able to get back.
Right, and although the Volibear is definitely out farming the Wukong here, Hecarim's out farming the Set, Misfortune is out farming the Ashe, and Rumble's out farming. So pretty much the only lane that Keiser University has ahead here is their top lane. So we'll see. What do you think, Kev? You think the MF is going to come in clutch later on, or we're going to have another?
Oh, here comes the flash in from the Alistar with a TP on top of it. There's a Misfortune. Just as you were saying that, she gets a kill. And here's Hecarim. He's down here as well. He does not have his ultimate. He does have flash up, but the Ashe will escape, and this should be a setup for the Dragon. That is a huge play by Soulsmith. What a great flash engage. He was pissed about his first flash, but he made it up there, got a kill, and this should be Dragon for SVU.
Perfect timing there. They even had the Wukong down for the teleport, which is, it's okay, but it looks like they're going to trade here for top tower, maybe 2 towers up in the top lane here. SVU's trying to rotate up here. Hecarim's back in, probably going to go top here after this to try to stop this Rift Herald.
Yeah, I think the TP might have been a little premature from Cedo there. He is going to end up losing 2 towers here. I don't know if he would have been able to defend it anyway. He would have definitely lost the 1. So, but here's another kill possibility. Soulsmith knocks up the Ashe and knocks her back. That is a spoon-fed kill to I'm happy. He's 2-0, and this is an ult in from Hecarim. Another fight going on topside. They need to shut down this Volibear. I don't know if they have the firepower to do so. We have no Hecarim ult, no Rumble ult. Do have the Wukong ult, but this this Volibear rather, is level 11. We do not want to mess with him. He's the highest level in the game, and he is a very strong bear. So SVU smartly backs off, and they give up the 2 towers, but they made plays elsewhere. And we're seeing this game, it's going to come down to the wire, I think.
Yeah, it definitely didn't look like Volibear was able to out-damage through the Hecarim healing there. So it's interesting to see that even though Hecarim is as far behind he is compared to this Volibear, he's able to contest and at least compete with him at the same level there. So it'd be interesting to see. I'm really excited to start seeing this Misfortune in some team fights. I'm hoping that this bot lane starts doing something else besides going bot every time. But we'll see if this Misfortune can start roaming around and then capitalizing on her huge advantage lead that she has right now.
Yeah, we saw the gold chart there for a second, and a majority of the gold for Keiser U is on this Volibear, so if they just play around him or when he's not here, they should have an advantage, but here he goes, he's going in. This is a 1v2 situation. No, Wukong with the flash in and the ult. They want this shutdown. Can they get it? No, he ults out. That's a good ult, but here's a follow ult from the Rumble. Yes, the shutdown goes to Cedo. He wanted that kill badly, and he got it. He does trade his life, and will Locker74 get traded too? Yes, he does. He gets overextended. Now P. Diddy's caught in no man's land. He does have his flash if he needs it. Looks like he will try to just back off. There's a flash in from the Echo. The shutdown going over to Hecarim and possibly 2. No, so close. So that is ends up being a 3v2, but they do get 2 shutdowns. So that is a pretty even trade, I think, across the board for SVU.
Yeah, really. SVU wanted that Volibear. You could tell they wanted him bad, you know. And so Wukong flashed ulted in there, and they were able to secure that Volibear kill. And then immediately Kaiser University was able to turn on that. So it was a good trade overall, and we'll see if SVU can take advantage of their bot lane push that they got going on here.
Yeah, they need to make sure they have their side lanes figured out. The Misfortune should be switching to mid probably pretty soon. They need to be ready for this dragon. It spawns in 2 minutes, and what did I say in Champ Select? That is where this squad really needs to shine. They have all the ultimates. They have the AoE capabilities. Oh, here's a huge play from Soulsmith. He boots the Ashe backwards, but unable to hit the Q. But there's Cedo. He should be able to get that kill. It goes over to Soulsmith. That is a kill, and here comes the TP in from the Echo. This is a huge clumped up fight. That's a huge stun, and that is not a good punch, but that's Flash's used. They do get out of that alive. That was almost catastrophic on the side of SVU, but they are able to retreat and live to fight another day.
Crazy how the Rumble and the Hecarim were able to get out of that. I mean, it was such a good Echo ult, stunned pretty much the entire SVU team there, but this Misfortune is still farming bot. I mean, we're getting huge fights mid. That's the second fight mid here. Keiser University's pushing in on the mid, and we still got Misfortune bot, who's going to be the biggest carry that SVU's got here. So we'll see if she starts rotating up top here. Cedo's getting caught out by the Zyra.
Yeah, like they had the CC, they just need the firepower. Misfortune has her Kraken Slayer. She should be rotating up here and being able to get a big ulti down on top of these CC ults out of SVU. So here, Dragon is coming up in a minute. Most ults will probably be up for that, so hopefully SVU will be able to set up their combo. They have to start looking out for this Echo, though. Now, he is 4-1. He's pretty strong on the Echo. He has the TP. He's going to start playing side lanes, and we'll see if SVU can manage that side lane pressure.
Yeah, Echo's definitely closed that gap that he was losing earlier to the Rumble in terms of farm, and was able to secure some kills there. So we'll see if the Rumble can get that lead back. He's got a big lane pushing here, but it seems like Kaiser University's farmed up pretty well here. Everybody with the exception of Set and the Ashe, but everybody else has just kind of gotten up to the same par that SVU was at. And they've extended that gold lead that we were talking about earlier. Before it was only about 600 gold. Now we're looking at about a 2K, 2.2K here. So we'll see if SVU can make something happen here. It looks like they want to prioritize this dragon. They've got some wards up. They've got everybody down there. They've got 5 people on the south side jungle. So everybody's kind of rotating and doing the little dance.
Yeah, this is going to be a huge team fight. This is exactly what SVU wants. Now, they didn't manage their side waves perfectly. They're going to lose a lot of minions in the top side, but they're here for this fight. Volibear looking to trade it for the Rift Herald. So you got to think Kaiser U's just going to back off and give this to SVU. There's no reason they should fight this without one of their strongest members. But that's a good engage from Cedo with the follow-up, and that's huge! The Misfortune and the Rumble on top of it! There they go! How many can they kill? That's a few! Can they get the Ashe? They should be able to. There's Cedo going in. That was a great engage by Cedo. That should be the dragon. Going over to SVU. Can Kaiser U pressure these waves, though? They don't need all 5 members here to get this dragon. They need to delegate out. They need to not lose towers because they're bleeding gold, even though they're getting the towers and getting the kills.
That was such a good engage by SVU right there. I thought for sure that they were just not going to fight and just take the drag. They had no idea the Volibear was taking the Rift Herald there. They had no idea that they were just going into a 4v5 situation, and they decided to go in anyways. And they had such a good Misfortune ult to be able to capitalize on that, not have any deaths, and get 2 kills and secure the dragon. I mean, that's about as best as you could get for SVU right there.
Yeah, that was huge. I'm Mappy. He is 4-0. He's running away. He has his strut. He has his heal. This is the Predator used out of the Set. Set is closing the distance. Hecarim, all right, so Set smartly backs off. I think Hecarim would have gotten there, so they don't get the shutdown on Misfortune, and that's the danger that you were describing earlier of her being down here still. Misfortune has to go mid. She can no longer come to this bot lane, or she will be giving that shutdown over to either Echo, Set, or Volibear. She has to go mid lane and start pushing that out.
Right, Kev. I mean, we're 21 minutes now. You know, laning phase is over. Somebody needs to let this Misfortune know to not go bot anymore. So, but in this situation, I guess it's okay. Kaiser University drops the Rift Herald. They secure this bot tower. Rift Herald's still alive. They're going to probably go for 2 towers here. So unless SVU does something to make this happen or make a stand here on this second tower, they might let that go down.
Yeah, they're down here collecting this, and this isn't so bad now that they lost that tower. The Misfortune can farm up under the tier 2. She should be pretty safe as long as she doesn't push out too far. Farm that up, then head mid, as long as they keep their south jungle warded. Here's the Ashe and Zyra heading into the jungle here. We'll see what Keiser U's looking to do. They kind of need to match the Echo up here. SVU has to send someone top to match him. They can't just be losing that CS up there for free. There's nothing to fight over here, so they're kind of roaming around looking for fights, and they do kind of find one here. That is an engage from the Alistar with the backup from the monkey, and here comes Set, though. He's going up to Mappy. He knows that he's the carry. He knows that he's huge, and that is the shutdown going over to the Set. They do end up killing him, but he does get that shutdown gold on the Misfortune, and there's no one matching Echo yet, so they have to send someone up to match the Echo, or he's going to get an inhibitor.
Absolutely, and it seemed like SVU got a little overzealous there. Nobody wanted to stay back and peel for the Misfortune. Without the Misfortune, they really don't have any damage in these team fights at all. Echo's pushing in. He got some considerable amount of damage on this inhib turret, but Wukong's able to stop him. Everybody's kind of collapsing on him. Here comes Hecarim.
Hecarim's coming up from behind. He does get the E off there. The Echo does have his ult, and here comes the whole squad, though. He does go back to his ult. No one was sitting on it, but they do have him cornered here. He is going to be able to get to this blast cone. There's a flash in, and followed by Cedo. That's good by him. Good mechanics there. They don't hit the slow. Looks like Echo will get out of this, but the SVU with the collapse, they do get the flash out of the Echo, but it's traded for the Wukong flash, and they couldn't quite corral him the way they wanted to.
I mean, Kev, come on. Was that balanced? I don't know. Somebody needs to let Riot know.
Yeah, I mean, that champion, he's very elusive. You know, you got to think 5 steps ahead before you go gank him. So
Absolutely, and like you said, nobody was really watching his ult whenever he went back to it, so it was a good play by Echo to get out of that 1v4 situation, and SVU did a good job of making sure that they didn't lose an inhib turret right there, so good plays by everybody, but like you said, there's not really anything to fight over right now. Baron is up, but it doesn't look like anybody's interested into it, so let's see. SVU has yet to kill a tower, so let's see if they can start pushing something here.
yeah, they need to get their side lanes pushed out. They need to get some levels on the Wukong. He's 2 levels down on this Volibear. Volibear level 14, highest level in the game. But they also have a 2-level advantage on the Hecarim. So here comes Echo, though. He has his ult back up. He is trying to just pressure with that. Set ulting in the Alistar, but he cancels it with his ult. And here's Volibear. Mappy's way too close to this fight, and he does go down. And that's going to be Soulsmith going down as well. That's 2 kills over, but there shouldn't be any objectives unless they want to risk Baron.
I just don't even know what to say about that one, you know? It just looks like SVU was trying to farm. They put the Rumble and the Wukong in the top and the bottom lane. They threw 3 in the mid, and maybe they just pushed up a little bit too far right there is probably what it was. So
looks like we do have a disconnect here, so we'll have a quick pause, and we will sort that out and get back to the game once that's sorted.
yeah, guys, we will be right back once we get the game back up, all right? All right, ladies.
All right, we are back in. That was a short little delay, sorry about that, but we are back in with Keiser U starting up this Baron. We'll see if they're able to take this.
Crazy how we come off a pause and immediately go into a Baron going over to Keiser University here. SVU, I don't even know if they know that this is happening right now. Do they have wards? Doesn't look like there's any warding going on right now. Looks like we're having a little bit of a technical difficulty again. This looks like to be an issue with our stream, so just... Oh, and here we go. All right, sorry about that, guys. So, yeah, it looks like Keiser University is getting a free Baron here. Maybe SVU didn't even know it was going on, but at least they would know now, you know, or they're about to.
Yeah, and it can be hard with pauses. It does kind of throw you out of rhythm there, but they did have an extra time to think about it, and that was kind of the only play that Kaiser you had outside of pushing. So if you didn't see them pushing, you got to assume they're on the Baron. This is going to be a dragon fight here in 8 seconds. SVU is first to the dragon. We'll see if they start it, see if they can burst it. If not, there's going to be a 5v5, and you have to think that if Kaiser you wins this 5v5, they're going to be in complete control of this game because they are already up 5k gold, and a win fight here would just spell disaster for SVU.
Yeah, this is going to be a tough one, Kev. I really think that SVU just needs to let this go. Kaiser University has a Baron on there. They know that they want to get this drag. They know that this drag's available. So
They're looking for the engage. Soulsmith looking to go in. He does hit a two-man knockup. Where's the Rumble ult, though? Where's the Misfortune? Misfortune does go down to the Echo, and there's no ult to follow. They do kill Set, but they've lost two. They've lost their jungler. They've lost their AD carry, and it looks like they might lose more. They can't bring down this Volley Bear. He's just too strong, and that's going to be all the members of SVU going down. Locker 74 stands alone. Can he fend them up? I don't think so, and they're just too far behind to make that fight happen. There was an awkward angle, and Echo got to the Misfortune, and if I'm Mappy can't ult, then he can't really play the game.
absolutely. And if you saw there too, that was without Volibear ulting the entire fight. So Volibear only ulted to secure the Rumble kill there. So that entire fight was all Kaiser University all day. And like I was saying, maybe SVU needed to rethink their decision there. They knew that Kaiser University had a Baron. They knew that they were going to get outmatched there. And Misfortune didn't even get to ult. Rumble ult wasn't up there either. So it was just kind of an interesting situation that here comes Alistar trying to get a play here. Hecarim's trying to chase down this Echo. They're trying to chase down this Echo again, but they just saw what happened not but 5 minutes ago. What happens when you try to chase
He doesn't have his ult there, so they could have probably killed him there, honestly, but they didn't really want to commit because of the early play. They don't want to. They don't want the elusiveness to get the best of him again, but he does have a 700 gold shutdown, so it is worth investing some resources in killing this Echo if they're able to do so. He is solo pushing on the top side. Here's Hecarim in the south. Can he get out? Should be able to. The Ashe and Zyra are not that strong. Ashe sitting on one item while Misfortune has 2 items already. So they do have an 80 carry advantage on the side of SVU. They just need the setup. The frontline advantage is not there, and they have to deal with this Echo in the side lane.
Absolutely, and it just seems like SVU is so uninterested in fighting anything right now. The way that Hecarim just that pathing right there. Here comes Alistar, hits the Echo. They got Misfortune over there too. Maybe they're just trying to get a 4v1 situation here.
They're trying to get this Echo. He is out of mana. His flash is coming up soon. Can Hecarim get him before the flash goes up? There's a failed combo by Alistar, but yes, the shutdown does go over to Hecarim, and they do lose the inhibitor, but they get that fat shutdown on the Echo, so that's a lot of gold going into Hecarim's pocket.
Yeah, and that'll be excellent. So Rumble was able to secure this bot lane and hold off the Ashe the entire time. It didn't look like Kaiser University was pushing anything else. So good job by SVU to chase down that Echo there. Like you said, Echo didn't have any mana, so they were able to take advantage of it. Oh, here comes maybe the Ashe getting caught out here. Rumble ult going down. Alistar was able to hit him back and then shut down gold for the Ashe as well. Volibear's chasing down the Hecarim. What happened here was Kaiser University kind of did a little transition. Volibear was really far ahead in the early game and in the laning phase, and now this Echo has just been cleaning things up. And as you can see here, SVU is just trying to defend their base. Kaiser University has taken all of SVU's jungle here. They've also got a big wave of minions pushing up in the top lane. So SVU is just doing everything they can to farm right now. Misfortune is still pretty big, but like you were saying earlier, Kev, they need her for all that damage that she's got, because without that damage, SVU is just kind of, they're not really able to get any kills, unless there's 4 people there. So we'll see what they can do here. SVU is just kind of defending their base. And Keiser University is just kind of going back. It doesn't really look like anybody's doing anything. So SVU does have some wards up in the top side jungle. The drag is still 2 minutes away, and it's not going to be Dragon Soul either. So 2 drags to either side. We'll see what happens here. So SVU's basically got to keep 1 member top lane at all times now, just to defend against super minions. And it looks like they might have allotted Rumble to be that person. But looks like Volibear wants to push that out too. Got Zyra, and they've got Ashe pushing up here in the middle as well. Here comes Hecarim coming in, and Misfortune ult coming down. We got the Ashe kill, and they're trying to chase down this Zyra. Easy Hecarim Q there. Hecarim came in with a great ult, a great engage, good crash there, a good Good rotates by everybody from SVU. Was able to get that kill on the Ashe very quickly and then chase down the Zyra. Looks like Seth's getting caught out here too. Hecarim just easing back into his own turret. So, oh, and it looks like now Echo and Volibear taking out this mid inhibitor. How did that even happen? You know, SVU's fighting here in the mid lane while this is happening right now. So Alistar was able to hit this Volibear out, but Volibear's not taking any damage from anybody. And it doesn't look like they want to prioritize any damage to him too. Echo with a great ult there, turned back around, kills the Echo, or kills the Wukong, and then Echo's able to get out here. Everybody's chasing this Echo. They just need to look at this Volibear and just start hitting him. Misfortune's trying to chase too. Misfortune got caught out way too much there. Echo flashback, and Set was able to come in and secure that for Keiser University with an easy ace there, what it seemed like. It just looked like everybody was chasing this Volibear there, Kevin, and nobody wanted to, or everybody was chasing the Echo, apologize, and nobody wanted to prioritize the Volibear right in front of them.
Yeah, and that's just where they've just fallen so far behind in experience. They did not have their side lanes figured out. And they tried to group up. They couldn't find the team fight wins. It was a close game for the first 20-25 minutes, but then here at the end, it just kind of got away from them. Once that team fight at Dragon happened, it was just all over from there. On map, he was 4-0 to begin this game. He was just unable to find good ults, and I'm looking for him to bounce back in game 2 and the team play around him more, because if they can get the engages, they should be able to get those big Misfortune ults. So we'll see if they're able to do that in game 2. So we're going to take a quick break, and then we will be back in game 2 in a couple minutes.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Southern Virginia University broadcast of the Game 2 of our League of Legends match here. My name is Cameron Tucker Castle, joined by Kevin Zuko Lamb. As always, Kevin, how you doing, buddy?
Doing good, doing good. Ready for game two here. Ready for game two. I'm hoping that SVU has a little bit more organization. I think the nerves got to them there in game one. They just seemed a little bit disorganized. They had the right overall game plan, but the little tiny stuff, the pushing the waves out, the setting up the pink wards, the due diligence, they just were kind of falling back on. And that'll happen. You know, going from solo queue to competing and then going to streaming your competition matches, it's a big jump for these players. You know, some of these players just started playing not too long ago, and now they're being thrown in against another college. So we'll see if they can get that under control for game two.
Right, it's almost like you take a bunch of solo queue players, you put them together, and you got some good, solid coaching to wrap them all up together, and that's what's happened here. So we're looking forward to game two because game one, like you said, it was almost like they were playing a solo queue game, and then I sat here in the caster booth, I watched the coach go out, I watched him just really explain to these guys how to do it. He just used his expert knowledge that he had, this Coach Kev guy that we had, and told these guys what they need to do in game two. So we're really looking forward to this.
Yeah, he was. It looked like he was chewing into him pretty hard. I thought I saw a kid crying. Not sure. Hopefully they'll shape up here for game two because they didn't really do everything they needed to in game one. But these guys going out there. We got Annie for Locker 74. He stole that away. Um, from the Big Zeus guy who does play a lot of Annie as well. So that's kind of Locker 74 has been playing Annie. They have a similar comp to they had in game one, a little bit less AOE ults, but they do have the Annie Misfortune, and that's a good ult combo that will really devastate the backline here of Keiser U if Soraka or Ezreal or even Diana and Gwen, if they get caught by the Annie Tibbers, Misfortune ulting on top of it, that's massive damage that not many people can survive. And it's very low tank squad here out of Keiser U with just the set. And that's probably jungle set. That's what we saw last game. So looks like it's probably going to be jungle set Diana mid with Gwen top. So we'll see how that pans out in the team fights.
Yeah, absolutely, Kev. And the biggest thing that I look here is, when we look at the varsity team, at the way the SVU varsity team plays, as well as, their JV team here, um, they tend to build, a tankier bruiser style comp, whereas every single time it seems like their competition just wants to go for like a glass cannon build. They want to win that early game. They want to win the laning phase. We'll see if they're able to do that here because we know that SVU can at least hold their own, if not win their laning phase pretty much every single time. So we know that the jungler was definitely taking advantage of some easy jungle. He's farming the whole time there. So the last game, we'll see if we can do that here in game two.
Yeah, and we'll have to see if this last cannon squad from Keiser U holds up because there's a reason people play tanks. You can create space, you can absorb poke, absorb damage, outplay some things, kind of feel out a fight before you have to commit. Whereas when you're this squishy, if this rocket gets hit with one thing, she's going to get one-shotted. So we'll have to see if they're able to survive this early game. And here we are into game two here. We have SVU is now on the blue side. So they have switched things up. They've taken the blue side. Looks like they are doing a somewhat defensive level 1. Keeping an eye out for the enemy. Doesn't want to give up any kills early. And we'll see if they can have a decent laning phase, because laning phase last time went pretty good. It was pretty even outside of that. And then SVU just kind of didn't have good lane assignments, couldn't figure out how to deal with the volley bear. And I think Cedo is going to have a better time against this Gwen than he had against the volley bear in game one. Mordekaiser, very good champion, very good playing weak side. He can create a 2v1 into a 1v1. And we will have to see if he's able to do so. So, looks like things are going to start out normal. Warwick might be starting topside. This could spell an early gank if he goes into the blue Gromp red. Then he might be looking to gank mid. Diana, very easy to gank. Doesn't have much mobility outside of going in on enemies. So, if he's able to get a gank off mid, he'll be able to snowball that Annie. And Annie does have decent gank setup. So, we'll have to see how that shapes up. So it looks like he is starting blue. Should be going into his Gromp. And we'll have to see if he can get that early playoff, because Warwick is very potent early. He doesn't really, he scales decently well. And I think into set he'll be fine. We are seeing the Predator set once again. And we'll have to see if he is able to get more ganks off with it, because I don't think the Predator was really valuable last game. And here's a trade. Cedo going into Hazel. This is a lot better than we saw out of game one out of Cedo, and he is pushing her around. He's got that humongous mace. Mace beats scissors.
Whoa,
and this
hit
could
that level
be a
two.
possible first blood. Will he flash for it? He doesn't need to. Cedo with the first blood, and he's out for blood in this game too. That is a huge play out of him.
Kev, do you think he timed that level 2 there? Because that was about as perfect as it got, didn't it?
Man, he was ready, and he was not happy. After getting smacked around by Volley Bear in game one, he comes out here, level 1, just goes in and bashes the crap out of that Gwen. Gwen running Ignite, no flash, so it's very hard for her to escape if she gets into a bad trade. But
Here
with the
Warwick
Ignite,
in the mid lane here.
yeah, this is the gank I was talking about earlier. Can he get the fear off? That's a flash out of Diana. So that is a good gank here out of P. Diddy 12. So that is awesome. He's able to get the flash out of Diana, and she is very vulnerable now. She has no more escape tools. So if he loops around or finds another angle, that's going to be a kill onto the Diana. She's going to have a hard time farming.
Absolutely. And like you were saying earlier with the set and the Predator build that he was running, in terms of chasing champions down last game, he really wasn't able to do that. But in teamfights, oh, here we go. Gwen's getting a trade here. But we gotta watch this set in the river here.
Cedo is weak side. He has to recognize that. Hopefully they're calling that out. Warwick coming up, trying to double scuttle him, but I think Set's gonna get the scuttle. He does, and he is topside. So Cedo needs to recognize he is weak side, even though he can bully out this Gwen. Here's an engage from Soulsmith. He gets the hook on the Ezreal, and here's Mappy looking for the kill. He goes for the flash. Oh no, just not enough damage. But he does get all the summoners out of the Ezreal, and that is a good play out of SVU. Fights going on mid and top. Locker 74 looking to kite this Diana. He has mobility with his E. He is kiting him out. He's trying to trade damage in. The range advantage looking nice on him. Warwick going top. Gonna try to possibly kill this Gwen, but he should be looking mid. That since he got the flash off of the Diana, he should be looking back there. Return visit. She has no wards outside of that North Scuttle.
Great engagement at the bot lane there. So Nautilus was able to get a hook, secure that hook, and then Mappy doing Mappy things down there. Mappy getting that damage in, putting that poke in, unable to secure that kill, but made the Ezreal go back there. So clear advantage, clear win right there by SVU. SVU is able to farm up here while the Ezreal's returning back to lane. Warwick's just kind of hovering around here on the top
Yeah,
lane.
Warwick trying to gank this top side. He's waiting to time it so that he just runs right past the
Here he goes.
ward.
It's happening right
I
now.
don't know if they're going to be able to get her. It's possible. She doesn't have the flash. Here goes Warwick. He gets the fear, but here's the TP. They need to back off. We saw this in game 1. They got collapsed on by the TP, and they didn't respect it. This time, they do much better. We see the Annie rotating up. No kills go over. They get the TP for free out of Diana. We'll see if they can turn that into it. Here's Set coming bot side with the Predator. Mappy, he does get hooked there by the Set. Can he get out? The Set has his W. Mappy does dodge out, and that should be a survive there by SVU on all fronts. So they are surviving the pressure out of Keiser U, but they need to reset. They need to get back to their lane so they're not missing farm.
Yeah, it looks like Keiser, well, they had an opportunity to go drag here. I guess they weren't expecting SVU to go back. Nautilus has been hitting some big hooks on this Ezreal down here in the bot lane, and that's kind of what happened is they got a little overextended there. Nautilus hit a hook. Misfortune and Nautilus were chasing down the bot lane there, and then Set came through with a Predator. So interesting that Keiser didn't go for the drag here with a free dragon.
Yeah, it looks like he might be going for it now, but with the pink ward there, Warwick is down here now, though. He is looking to hunt. If he can get the Nautilus and Misfortune to catch up, he might be able to turn this into some kills. It looks like he is looping in, and there goes Set back into his jungle. He doesn't know. Here comes Nautilus. Can he hit the hook? He hits it on the Soraka. Warwick going for the Ezreal. They should have.
Ez has no mana.
Maybe. There's Warwick. He does get the kill. The Soraka's on the run. She has no more summoners.
Oh, what a flash!
That's a double kill for P. Diddy 12.
Such a good flash by the Warwick there. I mean, Ezra had no mana. Ez wasn't getting out of that. There's no way. And then just to be able to secure that kill by the Warwick there, and now they've gotten a dragon off this, it's clear that SVU has come out. They've got some excellent coaching done, and they're going to be able to turn this fight, and we'll probably go to game 3 off of this.
Yeah, this is a huge early game for SVU that's turning into the first dragon here. We haven't seen Zeus be able to have the pressure he had on the Echo, and top lane is going significantly worse. There is a CS lead for the Gwen. Cedo trying to get level 6 here. He needs to get that up so he can fend off any ganks that happen, and we're seeing Zeus head up here. He's going to invade. He might be trying to dive Cedo, but that is a risky proposition against the Mordekaiser that has now hit level 6.
Looks like this Diana might just be looking for the blue buff here. I'm not quite sure. Mordekaiser is getting out poked by this Gwen quite a considerable amount. I mean, he had a great level 2 play, but ever since then, he just hasn't been able to do good 1v1 trades. Looks like, I mean, you just saw it right there. The Gwen is able, she's looking for these trades. She wants these trades because she knows that whoa, here's the Nautilus.
Oh, there's another hook by Soulsmith. This guy can't miss, and this could be another kill for Mappy. It looks like that Ignite does get him, and that's a kill over to Soulsmith. This bot lane out of SVU has shown up to play here in game 2. Soulsmith is hitting every hook, and that is a huge kill over to them. Let's see if they can keep this momentum going. We have Warwick heading up to top side. Set is on his blue buff. Warwick doesn't know he's on his wolves here. This is why you always want to make sure you get your buffs before your side camps. But he is going for the wolf camp here. Set trying to set up some cheese. It looks like he will get the blue buff. And now there's another hook onto the Ezreal, though the Ezreal should be able to get out. Soulsmith, he is a menace on this Nautilus. He has no percent mana, but he's still looking for plays.
Yeah, it looks like SVU is probably going to clear out the rest of this wave and then back here because neither one of these bot laners have any mana. So, and then, like you said, Warwick unfortunately lost his blue buff there to the Set invade. It looks like he's going to try to roam top here. Maybe they're going to go for a three-man gate top.
Yeah, here's Cedo. He has her in the death realm. Can he do this? He has the W, but she has the ignite, and she's going to pop it in. Oh, so close, but here's Warwick. He's hunting. She has no way out. This should be a cleanup by P. Diddy. No, he can't quite get to it. He is going to have to burn the ult. So that is a kill traded back. So that is a kill over to SVU. He is level 6 to level 5 of Set. That's good timing there by him to clean that up. Barely lost the 1v1 with Cedo.
Smart by Set to not go for that engage there. The level 6 versus the level 5. Set doesn't have his ult yet. Warwick's definitely going to clear that or take that win every day of the week. So interesting that nobody's really prioritizing Rift Herald at all here. So Diana's kind of rotating down in the bot
Yeah,
lane.
Diana rotating down, looking for a play on this bot lane. She does have her ultimate. She does have flash. We have no backup here. It's just I'm Mappy and Soulsmith. Soulsmith gonna sniff it out with the Nautilus, but he needs to get back under the tower. Mappy going aggressive into a 2v3. This guy has no fear. So he goes up, deters them with the double shot, and Diana's gonna have to go back to mid. So that is a good defensive play there at SVU in their bot lane.
Yeah, excellent play by SVU. I mean, it didn't look like, you know, Keiser University was going to put together anything serious there anyways, and just with the sheer fact that they got a Nautilus in the bot lane, that just makes it scary to gank in the first place. So, good job by SVU there.
Yeah, so SVU, they're coming out strong here. They have a 1,000-ish gold lead, and that's huge. Like last game,
Well,
they never really got a big lead.
let me ask you something, Kev. What do you think about all, you know, Mappy doesn't have any kills. She's got all the assists. So you think that's going to be an issue here in the future?
I don't think so, because we saw him go 4-0 last game, and he was still not able to really do much. So I think him having the assist is fine, because they're probably going to end up focusing him anyway, and this Warwick should just tear up the back line. He's 3-0. This Soraka and Ezreal aren't going to be online for a while, so he should be able to kill them. He could probably kill the Gwen, maybe the Diana, and who knows, maybe the Set. We'll have to see what P. Diddy 12 can do, because he is fed and he is hungry.
Yeah, and one thing we're not going to have to worry about is, look at that. The Nautilus hit
There
the
it
hooks.
is. Soulsmith, he's hitting them all, but here comes the Set from Keiser. Warwick is trailing behind. Are they able to counter this? There's a fight going on top side too. Sido does not want to give this one up. Warwick goes in. He is the only. There's a Mapio, and there's a kill on Ezreal. That's an amazing combo there. That is a kill going down, and that one I think went over to Mappy with the humongous misfortunal with the Warwick combo. And Dragon's coming up in 50 seconds. I don't think they're going to be able to just sit around till then. But Soulsmith, he wants more. This guy is on fire today. He is pissed off after game one. That's another good engage. Gets the flash out of the Set, but Diana is swinging. She is rotating. They have Annie. There's a 3-man. Diana, can they kill her, or will she kill them? No, they'll kill her. P. Diddy is too powerful. Set wants it, but does he really? I don't think so, because here comes SVU. They are not afraid. He
Look
hits
at that
his shield.
Mappy
There
damage.
goes P. Diddy's going back in. This guy is popping off. He's getting kill after kill. 8-1 SVU. This is a huge game too. And after all that fighting, Dragon's up in 10 seconds. So I think they will be able to stay by and get this. That is a huge swing for SVU.
I tell you what, you just got to be careful with Keiser University here, just because, like we said in Champ Select, they're picking glass cannons, and they're getting punished for it, man. Just the sheer damage that SVU's putting out, and I've counted 7 hooks in a row from this Nautilus. He has not missed a single hook yet, at least not that we've seen. Soulsmith is just going crazy right now with this Nautilus. So even if they do get into team fights, Mappy's going to have the best peel of his life with this Nautilus right here.
Yeah, Soulsmith is out of his mind this game. We have Gwen soloing the Rift Herald here. Should probably be able to get it. I don't think any members of SVU can get up here in time.
Annie's running up here to the top here a little.
Annie is running up, but this is going to be a 3v2. Not a great fight for SVU if you do the math, so they are going to back off. That's a smart play by them. It is unfortunate they gave that up. Sido he was able to get back a little bit and farm, though, there with Gwen soloing that. So they are looking to abuse Sido in the top side, though.
Yeah, it looks like they were trying to catch him out right there. The Set and the Gwen, where they were both looking at the bushes while Sido had pushed that wave out, but he was smart. He was smart, and he went back to his turret right there.
Yeah, he's playing it smart. We are seeing a CS lead in mid lane and in top lane. But Mappy coming out strong with the CS lead in bot lane. This bot lane from SVU coming up strong. Warwick, he's huge right now. 2-level lead, though, for the Gwen. Sido's going to have to back off. He's not going to be able to take this fight. Yeah, it looks like he wants to, though. He's not afraid, even being down a little bit of levels, but she is out of mana, so that's a good read by him. She has the Ignite. He has the Flash. He might put her into the Death Realm. Here comes Warwick. Set back here at his blue. This is an early rotate from the Diana, though. Can Annie get here? Warwick's pretty tanky. Can he survive? He is running away, but he's going to get Set ulted, and that's the shutdown on him going over to the Set, and that is a shutdown and the Soraka ult used. Mordekaiser looking for more. He's not going to be able to do much. He brings the 1v1 here for the Set, and there's a huge fight in bot lane. That's an ulti out of Mappy. He can't quite get the kill, though. They're looking for the Ignite, does get the Ezreal, and here's Annie. That's a great rotate out of Locker 74. Sido looking for this kill on Diana, but can't quite get it. Can they cut him off? He has no angle. There is the Gwen there, though. Can she turn it? I think she will be able to, and I don't think any more action will happen here, but that's a huge trade of kills. I think SVU was up 1 after the end of the day, but they did get the shutdown. Wait a second. Locker 74 finds the stun. Tibbers is going bananas in there, trying to get some kills. They are low up there. They might be able to dive them. They might be able able to poke him under tower. Cedo looking for some ease, looking for some pressure. We have Set and Warwick are here.
He's got
Warwick
that
coming
turret.
in hot. He is feeling good. He gets the fear on Gwen. He gets 1 auto, 2 auto. Cedo probably going down. No, he lives, but there's the Set. They're unable to stop him from getting him. So that's a 2v1. Great dive by SVU. They are up 12-3 right now.
I mean, SVU is looking clean right now. They're securing these kills. They're doing a great job of doing what they need to do. And they just got so much damage against a glass cannon comp like this. Let's see if they can make something happen here, because a big issue with, some of these lower elo games is when you get a big early game lead like this, how do you transition it to the mid game? How do you transition that to the late? How do you secure this win for your team after getting such an early advantage?
Yeah, we'll have to see if they're able to get their late assignments correct this time. They definitely have a lead, and they definitely are going to try to stack these dragons, and that'll be huge for them. But it is a lot. Oh, that's a good hook, but a good buffer out from the Ezreal. Soulsmith still can't miss. He is rotating up. It looks like they're going to be setting up for this dragon. It's up in a minute 45. It's going to be a Mountain Soul, which would be huge. Here goes Cedo going in for another 1v1 with the Gwen. He is getting quite strong. He caught up in levels. He's looking to pressure her. Doesn't want to take it under the tower, which is smart. He doesn't have his ult yet either, but that's
This
a
Gwen-
bop, and that's
Whoa,
a kill
whoa.
over to Cedo. He will not be denied. That's a kill over to him. Set is mid, dropping the Herald, though. Warwick tried to the turret, tried to get on the Set. There's the shield pop. That's the W. Warwick will eat him, though.
Perfect
and that's
timing.
a kill going over to Warwick. That's nicely played by him. And SVU just has an answer for everything that Keiser U is trying to do. The Mordekaiser is a fantastic matchup, it seems like. Cedo feeling much more comfortable on that matchup than he was in game 1, and he is really performing well.
And you see this happen all the time. Just guys getting a little bit over. Oh, Nautilus hitting a hook on this Ezreal right here, but unable to get
Yeah,
a
but
good
here comes
trade.
the TP. It's probably Diana. It might be Gwen. No, it is Diana, and she's coming in. She's probably going to kill Soulsmith here. There's no way he gets out. He is going to waste his flash, though, trying to get up to the Annie. Does he have his shield? Oh, couldn't quite get there. Annie she's looking for something. She doesn't have flash. Without flash there, Annie couldn't really help. That is just 1 kill, though, for a TP. Not a big deal.
Looks like Mappy just kind of left his Nautilus there, but that's okay. You know, Mappy's prioritizing gold. Mappy knows what he needs to do. Mappy's got this. Misfortune, she knows what she's got to do to carry this game. She knows what she's got to do the damage. And it's interesting watching this Gwen just continue to go in for trades.
Yeah, and now
she's
we have a
losing
level
every
lead
single one.
on Cedo here. He's level 11, so that's definitely a fight she does not want. Cedo really finding his stride here in Game 3. We're going to have to see if Mappy does go mid, though. We saw in Game 1 he was in that bot lane for a significant amount of time. And I know personally the coach told him that he needs to be going mid, so hopefully that'll happen, or things might happen. So we will see how this dragon stacks up. Mappy just returned to base, so they can't do this dragon right now. They have to stall. Looks like Keiser U setting up. They know the dragon stacking is an issue. No TP on the Mordekaiser and a TP on Gwen. So Mordekaiser either has to keep Gwen nearby so he can interrupt her TP, or he has to walk down. It looks like he's walking down.
Yeah, he cleared that ward out on his way, and then he also cleared just to make sure that he knows if Gwen's coming right behind him or not. Gwen's pinging that Mordekaiser is not there. Mordekaiser is walking down. They should have been able to see him there in the mid lane, but it looks like we got to have all 5 here for SVU for this dragon. They really want to secure this dragon. This is 3rd drag. If they get this one, it's going to line up for Dragon Soul. Even if they lose top turret for this, it doesn't even matter. They need this dragon. They want this dragon, and that's exactly what they're doing. They're prioritizing it here.
And we saw the ping on the top tower from Keiser U, so they know that they need to trade towers, but they're getting dangerously close to Soul, and that is not where you want to be, giving up a Mountain Soul. So they are getting ahead, though, in CS still. They are going to be getting a lot of experience being able to push these side lanes, and if they get this turret, that is quite a good amount of gold. But there it is. Mappy is mid. He has switched mid lanes, and he is now mid. So we are good to go. 18 minutes on the nose. He will now be mid lane, and he won't be caught out in the side lane. We now have Locker going down there, and let's see if he can kill this bot lane out of Keiser U.
Just something to be careful here. So this is now the 3rd blue buff that SVU's had up.
Yeah, and here comes the engage. We got a flank around from Locker. He doesn't have his stun up yet, but he drops the Tibbers anyway, and that should be a kill, possibly going on the Ezreal. It's so low, it's so close. No, he's not able to get it. So that he doesn't use much. He does use his ignite though and his ult, but those cooldowns aren't too important. He doesn't waste his flash, which is huge, and that's good pressure there from him.
Yeah, Soraka definitely having an ult there just to keep the Ezreal alive, but it does it successfully and is able to get this.
Warwick coming up behind though. He is tower diving this. He wants these kills. Forces the TP. This is going to be the Gwen TP this time. So they're going to back off, let the TP happen. That's good. They wasted that summoner spell, and now Mordekaiser will have TP advantage. He will be able to join these global fights, and Set is on the Rift Herald as well. So a lot of things happening here. We'll see who comes out on top. SVU still up 2K.
Yeah, really good by SVU there. I don't know if Warwick's intentions there was to bait out a TP or not. I mean, that's hard
And
to do.
here's an engage out
this.
of Diana going in on Mappy, but he does survive, uses both his summoner spells. So
Looks like Soulsmith's getting caught out here because here comes the Gwen just crashing in from the bot lane.
Yeah, Soulsmith is going to go down here, but they weren't able to deal with the Diana there. But Mappy does survive, which is good. But Soulsmith does go down. Here's Cedo, though. He's going to get caught out. He does have his ultimate, though. He brings Set into the death realm. Will reinforcements get here before he gets out, though? He needs his team, and here's his Warwick. Warwick has to go on the Diana. Diana has no mana, and there's a huge ult out of Mappy! Mappy hits them all! And there goes P. Diddy. He's chasing down Big Zeus. He finally gets the bite. Mappy
They got a turn. They got a turn.
Fighting the Gwen. There's the ulti, good accuracy from him, and that should be a double kill. And yes, that's a double kill over to P. Diddy, and that is a huge fight. Good kills for the side of SVU. They lose 2 for 3 in the end.
I was concerned. I really was. I thought Miss Fortune was out, and then here she comes with a great ult. She just was timing it perfectly. She knew what she was doing. She timed that ult perfectly, was able to get 3 people with it, and SVU was able to turn that fight in their favor. But what they got to watch out for here is SVU, they haven't killed a turret yet. They're going to push for this mid turret. They've gotten pushed in. They've been getting caught out because they've got no outer turrets anymore. So what they need to do is be able to get some turrets here, be able to put some pressure on some of these lanes.
Yeah, and you brought up earlier if I was concerned that Miss Fortune didn't have the kills, and I wasn't then, but I am starting to get to it now, where she has 8 assists there. You gotta hope that she can get a couple more kills. You know, the 1 kill with 3 assists isn't too bad, but when you have 8 assists and you're sitting on 80 care, you really need that gold to transition into the mid and late game. And him sitting on 8 assists, while it's good, and especially that he hasn't died, I would like to see him get a few more kills. There's a botched combo out of Locker 74, and you're gonna, hopefully he'll have that. He should have that up for the Dragon. Because he's going to need that for that big team fight at the Soul Point, which is coming up in 1 minute and 30 seconds.
Yeah, and here comes Warwick. He's going for this blue buff again. He knows that it's warded. This is the 3rd blue buff that's being contested.
Yeah, Diana's going top.
Diana's rotating up here to the top lane. Gonna maybe see if she can
Cedo has his ult though, and they do not want to mess with him. She U-turns right when she got up there because he is a scary Mordekaiser. He has his Riftmaker, and he is bullying, and he has caught up in CS. You know, he was down a significant amount of CS in game 1 and here in game 2, but he has caught up, and this is the persistence out of Cedo. He will not be deterred. And here comes Dragon in a minute with no TP on the Gwen. So we'll see if they put Diana top against the Mord. If not, he's going to have the TP advantage.
Yeah, Set's just clearing out some wards right now. Set's making sure that he secures this scuttle before this drag comes up. But it looks like this Mordekaiser just got such a commanding lead. It's literally a 180 from game 1. This Mordekaiser is just dominating this top lane right now, and nobody wants to fight him at all. They don't even want to 2v1 him, even when the Diana was rotating top. So we'll see if SVU can get some wards down. It looks like they've got ward priority here down here in this for this drag, but they know drag's coming up here in 20 seconds. SVU needs to prioritize that. They pinged Baron, but I don't think that they need to even be looking towards that. This Dragon Soul's coming up. SVU really needs to get this. Like you said, Gwen doesn't have a TP up. Diana does, though, so looks like Keiser University is rotating down here just to see what happens.
Yeah, and SVU should be getting set up. They are trying to cheese this. Warwick going in early on the set. Here's the Nautilus flash follow-up. Let's see if they can burst down the jungle. That would leave no smite for the enemy squad. But Warwick is on his own, but he doesn't care because he's unkillable. Great pick there. Here comes that Diana. Can she do anything? The Gwen still has no TP, and Mordekaiser does. Mordekaiser could join this fight. It could be a 5v3 if he does. So here comes PDD onto the Dragon. He just needs to hit his smite. There's no smite on the other side and no globals. Ezreal's ult's already down. They might just have to give this up, and I think they do. That's Soul going over to SVU. That is great for them.
Yeah, crazy how SVU didn't even want to go for the fight there. They had some possibilities against the picks. Here comes Mordekaiser. He ults the Gwen.
Yep, there's the ult. In a 1v1. Cedo not loving this matchup. He's giving her the mace, and let's see if he can finish it off. It looks like
Oh,
the
just hit
mobility
that
is too
shield.
much. He does hit the final bop, though, and that's Cino. That's his 3rd or 4th solo kill. This guy is out of control this game.
Looks like his Q is literally taking a 4th of her health, and she still tries to get up close enough to fight him, and he's just taking advantage of it. Like I said, this Mordekaiser is scary right now.
Yeah, we have Warwick looping around the bot lane here. He should be able to get something good here. He doesn't have his ult. Oh, he does actually. Hits the fear on Soraka. Can he follow up with anything? She has both her ults. That's a lot of damage in the ult from Mappy, and that's another kill going over to P. Diddy. Mappy cannot find a kill, but that was a great ult by him. That's a good pick. She couldn't even use her summoners, and they got Ezreal summoners. So that is a very good situation being set up here. And they finally get a tower on the board. Tower top side, tower mid side. Annie's pushing bot side. Cedo in a 1v1 with Set. I think he can take this, though. He has a 2-level lead.
Damage.
Here's a big shield, but this Set probably has his ult. Yes, he does. If he ults him back to the tower, Diana and Gwen are swinging in, and Warwick is late, so Cedo's not going to be able to survive, and they did not track the rotations well, and they let up pressure in mid. That's the main issue. If they kept pressure mid, they would have prevented them from rotating top, but since they relented pressure mid, they could rotate top and kill him for free.
Yeah, that Warwick was putting out some serious damage against the Set, to the point that he even just stood there right in the middle, taking that true damage straight to the face, and the Warwick was totally, or the Mordekaiser was totally unfazed. So, unfortunately, you know, Keiser University had some help up there, and they were able to clean up the Cedo Mordekaiser up there in the top lane. So, but like you said, there wasn't any pressure there from SVU in the mid lane, so everybody just kind of rotated to the top lane, and unfortunately, Mordekaiser was brought down. Warwick was able to make it out okay, but, you know, it just seems like their backs are a little weird right now. SVU is just trying to figure out, how do we secure this win? How do we get... We've got Dragon Soul. We've got a huge gold lead here. What do we got to do to win this?
Yeah, and they got their soul. They're like, okay, check that one off the list. What's next? Baron? Always risky, right? They have a 5k gold lead, 4k, 5k. Not enough of a lead to just brute force the Baron. And, oh, this is a collapse, though, by Annie and Warwick, but they can't find the Diana. She might be able to escape, but no, she has minimal options. She uses the flash, but Warwick, and he does
What's
give
the
up
outer
on
tower?
it.
The outer turret is
So-
still up. They're just not pushing these lanes at all. They've only gotten 2 turrets.
Mordekaiser in a possible 1v2 situation. He ults the Set, and we saw this 1v1 happen before, and he was winning it quite substantially with no backup on the way. Set should fall here to the Mordekaiser. Does use the ult, and that's the smite down. So we'll see what Warwick wants to go for this Baron. No, he wants to go in on Ezreal. He's looking for kills, but he has no damage follow-up. He does get the Soraka ult, but he cannot secure the kill on his own, and they're pushing maybe for Baron.
Yeah, absolutely. And it looks like Nautilus is getting that kill again. It looked like Misfortune had that kill wrapped up, but it just went over to Nautilus again. So we'll see if Misfortune can get some kills
SVU's on the Baron here. The side of Keiser knows that this is happening, but they're not sending anyone in response. They know that it's theirs. So this is going to be a free Baron over to the side of SVU, and we'll have to see how they use this. That's a huge pushing tool. And then we have Elder in 230, Elder Dragon. So if SVU can get their waves pushed, they should be able to secure this Elder Dragon, and I think they should just start pushing the base. They have to get these towers down, as you've been saying, the tier 3 in the bot side, tier 2 mid, tier 2 top, and start working on the inhib turrets.
Absolutely. And if you can't win off of this, then I don't know what your win condition is. You know, you've got Dragon Soul completely uncontested. You've got Baron completely uncontested. Here's a flash by Nautilus.
Flash in from Soulsmith, and that's the ult from Mappy on top of it. There's the traveling ult. You cannot escape Soulsmith. This guy is pissed. And there's Mappy following it up. Bad, horrible flash by him, but got the kill anyway. And that is Soulsmith and Mappy really pushing mid together. These two are a fantastic duo. Mappy's going to kick himself for using that flash, but in the long run, they do get the kills, and they can push for this inhib.
But Kev, can you blame the guy? Mappy's getting all his kills stolen by this Nautilus this entire time. I mean, he wanted that kill.
Yeah, he wanted that kill. He would not be denied. He doesn't care what he has to use. He's going to get on the board, and there he is at 2-0-11. You know Mappy, this guy, former Counter-Strike player, really likes killing people, and he does not like getting those assists. So we're pushing mid here, looking for this inhib. This is huge for SVU. They're finally breaking the base. They're finally getting in. They're they're getting ready to possibly set up to end this game.
Yeah, smart to rotate out here. Let's see if they can rotate up top because they also have their top lane pushing in. Mordekaiser just looks like they want to go back. Maybe they want to buy. Maybe they want to secure the jungle camps. Yeah, that's kind of what it's looking like. So Mordekaiser's back in here. Mappy's back in here. Mappy with the big boy gold that he just got off of that one kill. So we got to make sure that he gets some purchases here. Looks like all the Keiser University just rotated top while Andy's pushing out in the bot lane. Locker's making sure that all these lanes are getting pushed out. So, you know, it was a big concern earlier, but now here, about 28 minutes in, SVU is able to push out all these lanes. They secured an inhibitor, and they still have Baron buff. So we'll see if they can make another push here.
Yeah, and they have the Elder Soul coming up in 30, and that is, you know, that is just a game-ending, team fight-ending buff. The execute on the Soul, or on the Elder Soul, is just insane. They are setting up for it now. We'll have to see. I don't think that Keiser U has any options here. Down 9k gold. They have no real way to get in there. No real way to fight SVU. And there's Soulsmith. He is to be feared. Yeah, how did I know he was going to hit the hook? I mean, it was a long shot, but yeah, look at that. He hit another one. So Ezreal's out of there with his E, though. And looks like SVU,
they started Elder
there's
already.
no shot that Keiser U can get in here. They're going to try, though. They know the urgency of having to fight for this. But look at these battle lines. And there's
Locker with a pick.
the stun from Annie. And there's the ult. He ults the smite, so there's no smite. And there's the ult on the Diana. They are using their ults perfectly together. They're just singling out people and they can't play the game. There goes Warwick. He's biting Zaraka. There goes Mordekaiser. He's zapping the set, and here
they got Elder, Kev. They got Elder.
They're pushing mid. They should be able to end here. There's the kill onto the Ezreal. If they group up mid, I think SVU can end the game here. And I don't know if my heart can take it, Cam. I don't know what's with our teams, but they love playing game threes, and this looks like this is going to be another one.
Yeah, these guys down here in bot lane, but they've got a wave pushed up. Warwick and Annie, they know what they need to do. Warwick and Annie look like they're going to win. They're on the inhibitor, or they're on the Nexus turrets here. They've got Elder Dragon. Nobody wants to fight these guys right now, and it maybe looks like we're having either some technical difficulties or we got an FF in, but it looks like SVU is going to wrap up this victory pretty handsomely. Yeah, everybody, so it looks like maybe the stream has paused for a second. We're going to look into it. We got a little bit of technical difficulty, but yeah, SVU with a great push there. I don't know how they were able to secure that Elder Dragon. They did such a good job. The whole time they were fighting the dragon, they were also fighting the entire team at Keiser University. So the fact that they were able to pull both of those off at the same time, win the fight, didn't have anybody die, and take the dragon was phenomenal.
Yeah, and we saw a huge turnaround from game 1 to game 3. And this... Yeah, and we saw them. They end up closing out this game. We've had some client issues, but SVU does take game 2 here, so we will be going to a game 3, so make sure you guys stick around for that. This is going to be winner takes all in the game 3, and I'm excited to see how SVU does and if Keiser U can make the adjustments that SVU made from game 1 to game 2, if they can make them going into game 3.
And really, more important... Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Southern Virginia University broadcast of Game 3. Here we are. We're playing against Keiser University. My name is Cameron Talker Castle, joined by Kevin Zuko Lamb. Kev, how you doing? How you feeling about this Game 3 right here?
Doing good. I'm feeling good. This was no matter what happens, both teams have really shown that they can compete with one another. We'll have to see how this game three goes. Game one was very close, and then it exploded into Kaiser U's favor, while game two was really not that close, and it just exploded from the get into SVU's favor. So we'll have to see if this is how this early game goes. If P Diddy can have the same success he had last game, he was I think 11-1 by the end of it. They did ban away 3 of his junglers: the Amumu, the Warwick, the Nunu. But so he's back on the Hecarim, which you saw in game one. Didn't have as much success on the Hecarim. And we're seeing a pretty similar lineup here out of SVU and out of Kaiser U. We have the set again for them. Silas now instead of Diana. That's gonna be a strong pick for them if he can get rolling. He is weak early though.
Yeah, absolutely. And like you said, P. Diddy back on the Hecarim again, like he was in game one. So we'll see if he can do something with it on game three here. Because also, like you said, because you were part of the pro draft and everything, so you saw what they were banning and what they weren't banning. It seemed like they did target P. Diddy for quite a few bans for the jungler here. So he was kind of left with just the Hecarim. Hecarim's a great champion. He's able to really take advantage of some ults there and everything. But everybody else is pretty much the same. We've got Cedo up there with an Irelia, but other than that, we're sticking with the Annie, we're sticking with the Misfortune, sticking with the Nautilus, and then, like you said, Kaiser University is pretty much saying the same thing too. They got the Ezreal, the Zyra. They like the Zyra on the support, it seems like, and then also they like this Volibear top. So hopefully, Cedo can at least duel with this Volibear this time, and he doesn't snowball like he did last time, right?
Yeah, I'm excited to see this top lane matchup. Cedo and Hazel have been bashing heads. And game one went in favor of Hazel. Game two went in favor of Cedo. Cedo really got the best of him, came out strong on that Mordekaiser pick, and he got the ban here in the first phase. So they did not like that pick out of him. They realized that he was a threat, he was an issue, and we'll have to see if this Irelia is on par with his Mordekaiser. Irelia a bit harder to play, not as great in a 1v2 situation as the Mordekaiser. But at the end of the day, we didn't see a ton of ganks up there anyway. It was really just the 1v1. So it's going to come down to who can get strong early, who can win that 1v1, and then they can spread their lead onto the rest of the map.
Right, and it seems like that's pretty much a recurring theme where the junglers just opt to farm, and that's kind of what's happened for pretty much the past two games. So if you are looking to get a kill in lane or something like that, you're gonna have to do it solo. You're gonna have to do it 1v1. So we'll see if these guys can make something happen here. I know Aurelia, she likes to duel, she wants to, but just so does Volibear. So like you said, that top lane is gonna be really interesting. It's gonna be a
Yeah.
lot of fun to watch.
And I'm really looking forward to see Soulsmith and Mappy come out this game three. They were huge in game two. Soulsmith hitting every hook. He was dominating down there. The Zyra has just as little mobility as the Soraka has. She's just as squishy. So Soulsmith looking to get those hooks, and Mappy with the follow up. I don't think Mappy dropped to death in game two. That's huge by him. He got the ultis off. He had a ton of assists. We'll see if he can get a little bit more kills this time. But that bot lane from SVU really looking to impress me here in game three and give SVU a lead.
Yeah, and exactly like you were saying, Soul Smith was so good on that Nautilus. He didn't miss a single hook, and he was able to snare everybody he hit, and basically just made it so Mappy had to show up and auto attack, and that was it. I mean, that's a pretty easy job when you're an AD carry, and all you got to do is right click on somebody, right? So we got. Well, Annie just set trying to emote to him, but Annie's not having any of that. He said, "Get out of there."
Yeah, Set trying to get his warden down, get back to get his scanner. It looks like he's not going to be able to get his scanner, so that's actually Annie interrupting his plan. So he wastes his trinket on a useless pixel ward, and now he's going to not have his scanner. So probably not the biggest advantages, but still, that's a heads-up play out of Locker 74 to cancel that back, and now Set is not doing his regular routine.
I mean, basically what happened is SVU just got like a 4K gold lead right there by doing that, right?
I mean, some may say that, so we'll see if they can convert that into more.
Here we
So it's like a standard start here, Hecarim. I wonder if P. Diddy is going to go for the full clear. I like the success he found on Warwick with the early ganks, and I'm wondering if he's going to opt into that instead of the full clear. You do like to see Hecarims get the full clear. But I want to see them play smarter around the scuttles. Game one, they did kind of falter around the scuttles a little bit, except for the bot side. And here's Cito going in with the Volley Bear. This is going to be a crazy matchup. Volley Bear does auto push though, so Cito should be able to play patient, be able to farm under his tower. And here's a hook. Soulsmith still shooting 100 on the hooks. He had no vision. He just throws them out there. I think this guy has some kind of cheat codes or something because he can't miss.
I mean, as soon as he threw that hook, I just knew it. I threw my hands up. I knew that he was going to hit it. Here comes Volibear getting some good trade.
And
There's another one.
Again, he's going back in. He just will not be denied. This guy on cooldown. I mean, I think he could be a pro player if he played only Blitzcrank. This guy can't miss.
That's crazy. But just talking about this top lane up here, Cito needs to really be careful. He's got to be patient, man. This Volibear is so strong his first 3 levels. Once he gets all 3 of his abilities, you just don't even want to touch him. You got to wait until you get some items, until you're able to trade and able to contest with his Volibear. Hopefully Cito can do that. But it looks like this bot lane's already won up by SVU with Nautilus hitting 2 for 2 for hooks. But here goes Volibear coming in. Just getting some good auto attacks there.
That's going to be first blood over to Volibear. Cito just not able to be patient there. He has to let the farm go. Farm with his E, farm with his W, and just wait for it to go under his tower. It's auto pushing by Volibear. He has to get that through his head that all he has to do is sit under tower and farm. Wait for the Hecarim to come up here. He won't have Prowl for Scuttle, so Hecarim will have to go bot side to get Scuttle, but he needs to not be giving up first blood in that situation. Now he has to waste his TP just to farm up and just to equalize that advantage.
Right, and like I was saying earlier, Volibear's just base kit is so strong. I mean, it's one of the best base kits that you could possibly get on a champion. The amount of damage that he can do, the amount of CC that he can present, it's uncontestable, really. Riot, 200 years, what's up? So, Cito's really got to be patient up here. Hopefully he learns from that 1 kill, and only Volibear is going to get that 1 kill, and that's going to be it. So it looks like he's getting that farm back up there. It looks like Keiser University, they got some wards up there too, so but Cito's backing off a little bit here.
Yeah, it looks like they're going to have another fight for this bot scuttle. We saw in game 1, Soulsmith swung up with the Alistair and made the difference. I'm wondering if he's going to do the same thing here. The bot lane of Keiser U is pretty low, and here comes Nautilus, and here comes Annie and Hecarim. It looks like a fight is going to happen for the scuttle, and no, it's already picked up by the set. They were way late to that, and that's going to be a double scuttle going over to set.
Right, unfortunate. It looked like we might have had a 4v4 situation there, but SVU smartly backed out. And then Keiser University definitely taking advantage of their speed there, able to take that scuttle out. And they're getting some good poke here. This Mappy's doing a lot of damage. Misfortune's getting some good pokes here. Oh, here's another hook by Nautilus. Gets to Ezreal, locks him up.
Oh, and does get the flash out of the Ezreal.
Premature flash was that? What was that?
He used it late. I think he thought he was going to get flash autoed or flash ignited or something, so he got the heck out of there. So that is a flash blown on the Ezreal. So we'll have to see if SVU can capitalize that in the long run. Ezreal does still have his E, obviously, but that's a good play out of Soulsmith. And as long as Cito can be patient up here, let it push to him, then they should be getting huge advantages out of bot side.
Yeah, you can tell that Keiser University with that Ezreal. Oh, here comes the stun now by the Volibear. Look at that base damage from that kit. I mean, that's just the Volibear's kit right there. That's all he does. So, but a big wave by Cito. He was smartly able to get out. He's got some good health still. He's able to farm these minions out successfully. But, yeah, like I was saying, it looks like Ezreal is just, scared. Oh, here comes Volibear just coming in for an all-in again.
Yeah, and Aurelia just keeps queuing to the minions, and he's going to keep killing her every time she does that. She has to let the minions push to her tower and just farm them under the tower. So he really's got to make that adjustment here because he can't just keep dying to this Volibear. He's not even getting any summoners, and Hecarim's not up there to help either. So he either needs to get his Hecarim up there, or he's got to play more patient because we can't have this Volibear getting out of control.
Right. At this point, it's just basically like, Aurelia's got to look at himself and just be like, okay, I've got to stop. I've got to stop dying. So hopefully he's able to.
Oh, no, here comes the gank and bot side. Set's coming down. Hecarim's nowhere to be found, so this is going to be a kill over onto Soulsmith. He saves his flash smartly, but that is a kill going over to the set, and this is exactly what we saw out of P. Diddy in game 1. He's just not doing anything on the Hecarim. He's power farming, and he's not getting anything done.
Yeah, and even with that power farm, it looks like he's going for a dragon here, so yeah, it looks like Keiser University is getting the dragon here. It looks like Hecarim, even though you said he's power farming, he's really not that far ahead of Set. I mean, it looks like they're doing the exact same thing, but Set's able to get some ganks in and on these lanes, whereas Hecarim just power farms and then goes back. So what's going on here with that?
Yeah, Hecarim is up on camps. He's significantly up. He's already cleared his second quad, like his first quadrant again. But they did get the double scuttle there on the set, so that's where you're seeing, and now the triple scuttle, so that's where you're seeing it being evened out. So Set is behind on his Krug camp and his Raptors and his Gromp. And here comes Hecarim going for his red, and then I'm gonna have to assume that he's gonna look for a play here after the red buff. Because he really needs to get involved here. He needs to get out on the map and try to make a play either mid side, bot side, or even top side. Like, all these lanes have been gankable, and there's plenty of setup. So hopefully he'll be able to find something.
Yeah, at this point, the way the bot's been playing and the way that Nautilus can hit these hooks, as well as an anti-stun mid, I mean, there's so much gank potential here for SVU, and they're just not taking advantage of it with this Hecarim, able to ult in or E in or do whatever he needs to do. So they've got plenty of gap close, they got plenty of CC, they're just not taking advantage of it. It looks like they're just opting to power farm. Looks like here comes Volibear, just taking advantage of the lead that he's got, and just going to try to get this Aurelia here, gets the stun down.
Yeah, and here comes an engage out of Soulsmith on bot side. There's a huge wave coming in there. It's a bad trade on top side. Hecarim finally getting his red, and we got to see a gank here. Looks like he's going for his chicken camp, but he's got to decide. Is he going to help bot? Is he going to help top? Is he going to help mid? He has to do something. He can't just keep farming. His lanes are just not doing well. Mid lane's doing fine, but they need to get some advantages here, and he does find Set possibly going bot side. Set looping around on the tri-bush. They sniff it out. They should be able to get out of this one. Set is level 6, though. He could have the ulti on the Nautilus. Nautilus needs a flash.
Watch him turn this, though.
Lay on the flash. Here comes the TP, and they do burn the TP defensively there. So Volibear is down here. SVU should just back off. They should be able to just reset, and that's going to help Cedo get back on top there in top lane.
Interesting that he TP'd there, and then Volibear having his ult. They're not interested in diving. Oh, they might be interested in diving here. We'll see. It looks like SVU's got 4 people down here. The drag's not up for another 2 minutes, 45 seconds, so we'll see what happens here. Cedo's able to push this out. Silas is going up to the top lane. Yeah, like I
trying
thought.
to bait it here, but there's a hook, and here could be a good trade for SVU. Looks like Soulsmith doesn't have enough health. He does not dodge that, so that is going to be a kill going over to Keiser U. They're just unable to make anything happen there. And here's Cedo. He's going to get killed here, possibly by the Silas. He does flash out, so it's flash for flash, but that's a kill going over to Silas.
Just an unfortunate game for this Aurelia. You know, the second he saw another person in lane up there, he thought, maybe I can get some trades in. Maybe I can see how much damage I can do and how much damage I can take. Oh, watch
Finally,
this.
A Hecarim gank. He's going on to the Volibear. Volibear's going to ult out, and the Hecarim fails his ult over the wall, so he can't follow. There goes the Silas backing off, and this could be a trade back. There's the Set coming in onto the Hecarim, and yes, that's going to be a kill on the Hecarim. Volibear's going to get that kill, and it looks like Set's going to kill the Annie, so that's a double kill going over to Volibear, but they do trade one back, so Annie does get the kill on Set, but this is a 7-1 lead in favor of Keiser U, and SVU has to get their laning phase under control.
Such a good counter gank there by the Set. The fact that they were able to converge 3 in there, I believe Silas teleported in as well, so it was really good play there by Keiser University to make that happen, and unfortunately SVU just got caught out. They were trying to chase, they were in a position that they shouldn't have been in, and definitely got punished for it right there. And you could see the advantage that that Keiser University has here with a huge Volibear. He's 4-0 in that top lane with 70 farm already. It's going to be really difficult to stop this Volibear. He does fall off, but you cannot give him this lead advantage that he has right now.
Yeah, and they're just not using the resources they need to kill him. Hecarim saving his ult. You know, they're saving abilities. They got to use everything they have to get these kills. You can't be saving abilities, especially when there's nothing else to really fight for there. They could have got that off, had their ults back up for the dragon fight, and now they can't even really fight the dragon if Volibear's there. Volibear is on top side, though, with no TP, so if he's not there, they should be able to get a dragon fight, get something in their favor, but they really need to use their ults well. They have to get a good setup. We have to see the Mappy ult with the Annie ult, with the Hecarim follow-up, and we know Soulsmith's going to hit the hooks, so they just need to follow up the engage and hopefully get some kills.
Right, and I'm just looking at the farm here. Misfortune is farming up a considerable amount compared to this Ezreal, at least 20 farm above. So just to balance things out from this major lead that the Volibear has. But honestly, I mean, with this drag coming up in 20 seconds, SVU should probably opt to maybe giving up this drag and just farming instead. You know, it's going to be tough to contest. You don't want to give up more kills. You don't want to be able to get picked off by these guys. But it looks like Keiser University is going for Rift Herald instead. I mean, drag is spawning in 5 seconds. Doesn't look like they have anybody down there.
You know, we have Annie and Hecarim looping around. Soulsmith channeling the Hex Flash. He's going in. Here's a surprise attack. There's a Hecarim ult, and there's a good Wombo, and there we go. That's one kill, but they weren't able to get the stun. I'm not sure if Annie had her stun there. Couldn't get the stun off on the Ezreal, so he will flash and E out, but they do kill the Zyra, and they should be set up here for this Dragon. Cedo in a bad position here. Wonder if he's going to be able to survive. I don't think so. I think he's going to go down to this Volley Bear. And this is going to be, yep, there's the kill over to him. And they're dropping Rift Herald mid, so they're looking to trade just for the Dragon. But the SVU can't even get the Dragon. They don't have time. So they're going to need to back off, decide what they need to do here. Because if they want that Dragon, they have to go now. Otherwise, Keiser is going to form up and fight them at it.
Yeah, it looks like Keiser University doesn't have any wards down there, but they're going to rotate down there just in case. Volibear's going to push up this top lane here, try to get some plates off that turret. Just take advantage of the fact that they dropped Rift mid. As soon as they picked up Rift, they went immediately mid. They dropped it. They got 4 plates off of the mid turret. They're pushing plates off this top turret. The Keiser University, for what they do, they definitely push this lane. Here comes Hecarim.
Soulsmith. Hecarim coming in. They have the Ignite down. Can they kill the Sylas? He's getting low. That should be a kill. Yes, PDD, that's good cheese. Can they turn this into more? They're on the Dragon, but oh no, SVU doesn't want to fight. They don't need to be afraid of everyone else. They only need to be afraid of Volibear, and they really need to be pushing these advantages. Once the Stylus is dead, they have to be playing aggressive into the enemy side and look for more.
Absolutely, and while they were getting us pick there, Keiser University took that Dragon pretty comfortably. They had their jungler and their bot lane down there. Basically, Sylas was almost like a distraction, so Keiser could get away with getting that Dragon here. Zyra hitting some good abilities here, and then but Ezreal's low mana, unable to really get some good pokes in, so they got to take advantage of this. I mean, full mana. Here's Aurelia.
Aurelia's down here looking for the play. This could be a
great
good
stun.
Get himself on the board. There's one, and there's two. He uses the TP well there. He's going to have to get back topside because Volibear's probably going to get that turret, but that was a huge play out of him, and that does get some kills back on the board for SVU.
Great play there by the Aurelia to come in and get that double stun. It was fantastic moves there. And then, Mappy was able to come in and get those assists because that's what Mappy does best. But here comes Volibear, gets some plates up off this top turret. Sylas is rotating in the north side jungle, not really knowing what he's going to do. Maybe just going to try to steal this blue, but the blue's not up. So going to take the Gromp instead and maybe try to get this turret down in the top lane is what the set's down here in the bot lane.
Oh, yeah, Set going in.
Here's the ult.
Get to the Misfortune, but she should be able to auto-attack her way out of this. She does have heal and flash. Here comes Hecarim, though, with the counter, and that's a kill! Going over to P. Diddy. Set overextending himself there, but here's Cedo. He's going into a 1v2 situation. He cannot approach that tower, and that is just where he needs to just wait. They can't get to the tower. It's okay. It's not that big of a deal, but dying is worse, so he needs to get his patience going. He's got to just recognize that they are stronger.
And that's just unfortunate, too, because that Aurelia was coming off that great gank in the bot lane where she had some kill credit, and then now she just turned herself back into gold that she gave to Keiser University there. So a little bit unfortunate there, but SVU is able to make some plays in the bot lane, and although Misfortune has 4 assists and no kills, we'll see if she can put out some good damage here from this team fight with excellent.
Yeah, here comes Hecarim and Annie. They're looking down bot side. Soulsmith doing a good job baiting it. Here comes Hecarim and Annie around the corner. We have a flash on Zyra, no flash on Ezreal. We'll see if they can get kills. There's a flash in by Annie. There's a huge ult by Mappy. That is amazing, but here comes the
They got to stick for this teleport.
Volibear. They need to back off. Soulsmith gives his life valiantly. So that is a 2-for-1 in favor of SVU. Aurelia has time to get some farm in top lane. So that's a good overall play by them, using the flash on Annie to set that up.
Such a great stun by the Annie there, able to clean that up with the Misfortune. You got to watch out for the dive here, though. Voli's huge. His ult turns off the towers. We're going to see what happens here. Annie's just pushing out a little bit. I don't know if she understands how strong this Sylas Voli comp really is. So she's able to push them off. Maybe. Oh, here comes the Voli. Here it comes.
Coming under tower. She has stun, but she's unable to get it off in time. Hecarim was waiting in the wing, but they are not strong enough to kill him, and that's 2 kills going over to the side of Keiser U. They were not anticipating the amount of burst that was coming out of this duo here.
Yeah, and it was very obvious, and you could see, just like I was saying, the Volibear can literally turn the turret off for 3 seconds. So, and that's exactly what he did. So even if you think you're safe, you think you're under the tower, you think you're good to go, here comes Nautilus getting a hook on this set, just going to put some pokes out.
Yeah,
Set's kind of in no man's land right now. What's he doing here?
Yeah, he's looking for the fight here. Mappy's not here, though, so there's no backup for the Nautilus, but he still wants more. So we'll see what's happened. Looks like Mappy in the bot side trying to farm this out. They don't have their ults this time, so they could make a play here. Here comes Locker looking for this Volibear. He doesn't have stun up yet, though. Needs to be charging that when he's coming out of the base. Really needed his stun there. But here comes Soulsmith looking for Silas. Let's see what he can do. He drops the
Kind of by
ulti.
himself. Oh, here
Where's the
comes the team.
follow-up?
Here
Here
comes the
comes Hecarim, but
reinforcements.
there's the blast cone. So Set does get caught out there. So that is a pick. Hecarim ult used. We still have a minute on Dragon, so I'm not sure if the Hecarim ult will be up in time, but Set will be. So that is a kill going over, but nothing more.
Absolutely. And, you know, to give credit where credit's due, these Keiser U guys, they definitely push these lanes. They are prioritizing towers. They're prioritizing getting hits on towers over everything else. And they're doing a really good job of it, too. And SVU just, again, in a third game, in a situation where they don't have any turrets down yet. So SVU's got to really start pushing something. I know Aurelia's got to farm up a lot, but they got to take the kills. The game is still close here, Kev. I mean, there's only about a 3K gold lead here to Keiser U. We've got drag coming up in here in 20 seconds, so big drag fight. Aurelia's backing for it. We got no TPs up, so we don't have to worry about that. So we're looking at a big, solid 5v5 potential here. Aurelia needs to start walking down here for it, though.
Yeah, we got to get that rally down here. Silas going in by himself, though. He might be overextended, trying to get on the Misfortune. There is the Zhonya's pop, and he's zoning off the Tibbers with the Volley Bear. But here comes the rest of Keiser U. There's a good Misfortune ult. Can he get enough damage? No, here comes the whole side of Keiser U, and they wipe the floor with him. That is 4 kills going over to Keiser U, and that is going to be a huge deficit for SVU to have to overcome. They were not ready for the 5v5, and they really should have been.
Absolutely. And you thought that Silas was overextended there. He wasn't. He knew he wasn't. So Keiser U was able to come in, collapse on that fight properly, and then, I mean, with as big as Volibear is right now, 9-0-4 with a 700 gold bounty on him. And he built a Thornmail on him. I mean, this Volibear is huge. This guy is massive. How do you stop this guy?
They just need to play around it. Like, if he's there, you got to kite back. You got to force him in. Volibear doesn't have a lot of tools. He just has the ulti and the Q to get to you. So if you kite back, they can play it slow, zone him off, get some poke off, and then once he gets in there, you see him try to burst him down. Otherwise, if you can't fight him, just fight when he's not there. You know, we saw multiple times where he was in the side lanes without TP, but SVU unwilling to make plays when he's not there, and that's really what they need to do. They got to force away from this Volibear, keep him busy in the side lane with the Irelia, and just try to force on the other 4, because if they can get everyone else low or killed, Volibear can't do it by himself.
Yeah, and I think you said it perfectly there. It seems like every single fight that's happened, whether it's a major fight, whether it's a minor fight, a 2v1 or whatever, it seems like every single time they just want to all in. They want to all in, all in, all in, but they need to poke. They're not getting any poke in. Nobody's doing anything to poke. And I know it's difficult to do, especially with Annie. We're reduced range, but we've got to get some Misfortune poke. Southern Virginia's got to figure out how to do some poking here. They gotta pick out at these tanks and be able to reduce them down, so when they do go for that all-in fight, they're able to at least get some kills, at least get some picks, and have at least a better shot in these fights than what they're having right now.
Yeah, and we're seeing a 5K gold lead in favor of Keiser U, which is pretty big, and they're going for the Mountain Drag Soul, which we saw SVU get in the last game, so we'll have to see if SVU can make a stand at that 4th dragon. Here comes Silas, though. He does have his Zhonya's built up, so he can go golden once again, but Hecarim's here, Aurelia's here, and this is a lot of units coursing in.
Here comes Volibear, watch out.
This is a 5v2. I don't think they're strong enough for this. That's a huge ult.
He hasn't ulted yet.
Can they shut down the Volibear? He does get shut down by the Hecarim, and that's another kill onto the Silas, and they're pushing for more. Here goes P. Diddy onto the backline. There's Cito flashing in, looking for the stun. That's a double kill out of him. Can they turn this into a Baron?
What a good fight. And Set's still going. Set still wants more, but I don't know why, because SVU is cleaning up his whole team. This is crazy right now. The fact that they were able to chase down, they were able to get that kill on the Zyra there. I mean, it was a great engage. Silas was overextended way too much. Volibear just came in to try to help, and I don't know if you guys watched or not, but Volibear was CC'd the entire time, that by the time he could ult, he had about 2 bars of health left, and he had to ult out, and that didn't even save him at all. So really great job by SVU there. They got the shutdown gold. They were able to get some good gold there, and just like that, they went from a 3K deficit to, a 5K deficit to a 3K deficit. So really good by SVU to take advantage of those picks.
Yeah, they definitely recognized the situation, and even though Volibear was there, they knew that they could win that fight, and they took it. They got the picks on Volibear and set, and then they turned it into one more on the Zyra. So we're gonna hope that they can do more of that. Look for these angles in their jungle. They do have good pink wards set up in their jungle. If they can defend those vision lines, they can maybe get some good fights and turn this into a stalled out game, especially around the dragon. They gotta fight for this fourth dragon. That's coming up in a minute and 45 seconds.
Absolutely, this next dragon is going to be huge. So a minute 45 seconds for this next dragon. What I'd like to see from SVU here is to be able to push these lanes out after they get some good fights. They've got one turret down on the top lane, you know what I mean? Cedo, he's coming in clutch, getting that turret down. But
And here's Annie and Hecarim looking to 2v1 this Volibear. I don't know if they have the strength to kill him, but they're gonna try. So he is quite strong at this point.
oh,
The
what
E
an
on the
E!
cannon minion from the Hecarim, not ideal. Here's the TP. They're gonna have to back off. So that's a good TP blown here. But this is the Silas.
Irelia's coming
doesn't
down.
have the stun up. And there we go. They're kiting out. There's the Tibbers.
Here comes
The
Irelia.
counter Tibbers by the Silas. Let's see if Cedo can do anything here. There's the healing out from Silas. They do get the kill on him, but Volibear still at full HP. Cedo trying to ult him down. Locker 74 running for his life. He needs to get his stun up. He needs to stun this Volibear. Is there any reinforcements on the way? Soulsmith and Mappy heading down here, and it looks like they will just be disengaging this. They couldn't pursue it into the jungle. They didn't feel comfortable enough to follow that kill.
Yeah, 1-for-1's not bad there. They were able to get that Silas. Silas is just, I mean, he is pretty big. He's pretty beefy. So to be able to get that Silas, but you could see the sheer tankiness of that Volibear. It's just tough to do. It's tough to deal with. So we got a Rift Herald coming down. Rift Herald in the bot lane. Volibear's pushing that out. SVU's got to do something to respond here. They've also got a lot of mid pressure here from Keiser U, but you got to take care of this Rift Herald here in this bot
Yeah,
lane.
there's a flash in by Soulsmith, unable to get the auto attack there onto Ezreal. Ezreal's gonna get out of that one. So trying to look aggressive there, unable to do so. We still have Volibear in the south side with the Rift Herald. We'll see if Annie can hold him off, but here's the collapse. Hecarim coming in. He doesn't get the E. He's the cannon minion again. PDD unable to click that ability on the Volibear, and that Volibear is gonna get out. That is a catastrophic mistake out of him. That would have been a kill.
Listen, Kev, that's 2 ganks in a row that this Hecarim just went on a minion instead. So we gotta work on a little mechanics there, just making sure that he ease the champion instead. But looks like they got Soul. I mean,
Yeah, that is Soul going over to Keiser U, and then their fight afterward is not a good fight. There's nothing really to fight for anyway, so this is going to be a Hecarim ult on the Silas. He's going to use that to go in and kill the Hecarim, and that's Soulsmith getting dunked into Mappy. Mappy's going to have to run for the hills. Aurelia trying to make something happen to backline, but they're just too strong. The Zyra does go down to the hands of Annie. Can Mappy get out of there? He is running as fast as he can, but he will get chased out by the set. That's a 4-for-1 and Soul, no, 5-for-1 and Soul going over to Keiser U.
yeah, and that's a rough one. And just like you said right at the beginning of that fight, I mean, that's not a fight that they need to take. You know, as soon as you get Soul, that's a huge power spike that Keiser U was able to get. It looks like they're going to get this mid turret. It looks like they're probably going to go for the inhibitor here too once they get a wave. So we'll see if Keiser U can get this, and then they're probably going to back off to get Baron here, but they just got such a huge power spike. So it's going to be really difficult for SVU to, to muster up an answer to that.
Yeah, that backdoor bonus doing work right there, and honestly, SVU could come out of the gates here and get a fight here if they have any ults to use. They have the Hecarim ult, and they have the Soulsmith, so let's see if they can kill this Silas and turn this into more. This is a fight they can win. They need to be playing aggressive here. They can't be scared. It's their only chance to get back in the game is to turn this into a fight. They kill the Silas. Can they look for more?
Exactly like you said, Zyra went back there. They had to take advantage of there, but it just seems like they're too timid. They don't want to fight. They don't want to go in. If anything, Silas was the one who engaged that fight, and is the reason that he died. It wasn't because SVU was overly aggressive or anything. So we'll see if SVU can turn around some aggression. They need to get these picks when they need to get these picks, but they've also got to start playing objectives. They've got one turret down that entire fight, and then they've just lost their mid inhibitor. So now they got to be careful, watch this mid lane get pushed out, and then try to also do this little Baron dance here to see if they can actually get this Baron or not. But we'll see how this goes. We got Annie
Yeah, we'll
pushing
see if
out
they're
bot
able
lane.
to. They have a permanent pushing mid wave here, so we can send Mappy there. He can farm that up, get his CS going, see if he can get on 3 items. He's looking at 1.5 items here. He really needs to get that second item in. He's looking at Lord Doms. That'll be a nice addition with all this HP on the set, on the Silas, on the Volibear. That'll do work for him in the long run. But once he gets 3 items, then he'll start to be a threat. Volibear does fall off pretty hard, pretty useless later on in the game. But he has such an advantage right now that it doesn't really matter. He is still the focal point of this squad from Kaiser U. SVU needs to get their team fight set up in order to defend.
Yeah, you can say that he falls off, but at this point, 11, 1, and 5, he's not going to be falling off until about 50 minutes in, I don't think. So we're here at about 26. So if SVU can really extend this game out, then we'll see how that goes. But it looks like they're cheesing in the bush here. Kaiser U wants to have SVU push into them. They want them to think that they're doing Baron here. We'll see how it goes. I don't really think that SVU is
Yeah,
interested in
joke's
going
on
over
them.
there.
SVU doesn't care if they're doing Baron, so SVU's just going to shove out mid and not really worry about it. So wasted a lot of
But it
time here,
looks like
but
they
here
might be
comes
getting
the
caught out
potential
here.
engage. That's going to be a reset on the Volibear Q, but this is the counter engage from the Annie, but that looks like a lot of damage. The ult from Mappy looks decent, but it's not going to be decent enough. They just have too much gold. SVU unable to get the kills they need, and they are just too far behind at this point. The Volibear is too tanky. There's not enough items on the Misfortune to have that ult matter, and it looks like Kaiser U looking to push to end this game.
Yeah, like you said, SVU wasn't interested in Baron, but they did push out that mid lane a little bit too much there, and they got caught out. And unfortunately, they were 0 for 5 ace right there. So, and here comes Kaiser U. They're looking to secure this win. They did a really good job. They were set up. They cleared all the wards up there for the Baron fight, and were able to make sure that they weren't going to get, they were able to make sure that they could cheese if they wanted to, and then got a really good engage in the middle there. So GG's to everybody. Unfortunately SVU lost this one, but it was a great game 2, great game 3, and good game by everybody. So for me here, my name's Cameron Togger Castle. I'm sorry that Kevin Zuko Lamb can't join us for the outro because the man has to go do some coaching. He's got to go get in these guys' butts and let them know what they need to do. So we appreciate everybody joining us here at Southern Virginia, and we'll see you guys next time.